All right, people, it is 9-3 math message. We are on a separate sheet of paper. All right. Look at the masses of adult North American birds on screen 2. Could 5 blue jays have a greater total mass than an Atlantic puffin? Could their total mass be less than that of an Atlantic puffin? Try to solve the problem in your head. Be prepared to explain your answers. Okay, so we want to try to solve this in our head. We want to do mental math, that math in our head. But first we need to make sense of the problem before we know what we're going to solve. So we're looking at the masses, so how much matter is in each bird, really how much they weigh. Okay, could 5 blue jays, so I already know I need to go see how much how much a blue jay weighs, and then I need to figure that out 5 more times. So the blue jay times 5, because there's 5 birds. Is the weight greater than an Atlantic puffin? And it's just one Atlantic puffin. So 5 times how much ever a blue jay weighs, is that more than one Atlantic puffin? Or is it less than one Atlantic puffin? So we're going to try to figure it out in our head. So first, let's go figure out how much a blue jay weighs, how much mass it has. Looking for our blue jay. Found him. 70 to 100 grams. Now, is that all we need to do that number? Oh, remember it says we need 5 blue jays, okay? 70 to 100. Oh, and you know what? Here's an Atlantic puffin. 400 to 650 grams. So I'm going to put that on the other page just so we can see it. Oh, and you know what? I already forgot our numbers. Okay, 400 to 650. 400 to 650 for AP, Atlantic puffins. Makes sense to me. Okay, now our blue jay weighs 70 to 100 grams. 70 to 100 grams. 70 to 100. And I'm going to put grams for our blue jay. What are we looking at? Blue jays. Okay. Blue jays. Maybe I'll put a G there for grams so we know. Okay. But we need this 5 more times, right? 5 times 70 and 5 times 500. Oh, what would that be? Well, I know what 5 times 7 is, right? That's my basic fact, because really I'm trying to figure out 5 times 70 and 5 times 100. So I know what 5 times 7 is. In my head, I'm thinking, all right, that's 35. But remember, we have to add the 0. So 350, and you could keep this in your head or you could write it down, but we really want that math as mental math in your head. But please feel free to write it down if you need to. And then what's 5 times 100? Well, we can all count by hundreds. Let's do it together. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. I didn't even need to add anything together. I could just count that in my head. All right, so 5 blue jays could weigh from 350 grams to 500 grams. So the Atlantic puffin could be as small as 400 grams or as big as 650 grams. That makes sense to me. Okay. Could these blue jays have a greater mass than an Atlantic puffin? Could they or could they not? Well, if all of my blue jays were 100 grams and all 5 of them together weighed 500 grams, isn't that bigger than 400? Yeah, if there was a puffin that was 400 all the way up to 499 grams, these 5 large blue jays would weigh more than one of the smaller Atlantic puffins. Okay? But if I had 5 tiny blue jays that were only 70 grams, they would only be 350 grams And that isn't as big enough to reach the smallest Atlantic puffin. So, yes to both. Could 5 blue jays have a greater total mass than Atlantic puffin? Yes, because if we had 5 large blue jays that each were 100 grams, because remember, this means they could be 70 all the way to 100 grams, because we are not all the same sizes, just like birds are not. So they have different weights they could be, but if all of these blue jays were 100 grams, together they would be 500 grams, and they would weigh more than a smaller puffin, because puffins can be from 400 to 650 grams. The second question was, could their total mass be less than that of an Atlantic puffin? And the answer is yes. Yes to both. Because if I had 5 small blue jays and they were only 70 grams, together we would only have 350 grams, and that is not enough to reach the smallest puffin. So, yes to both. We're going to work on using some more mental math today, so follow along on the next video.